starting off with our collaboration dashboard, we have our submission flow upload options. You have two options here. You can do a submission flow web page or a submission flow button. The first one we're going to cover is the submission flow web page. So when you go into the customization tab, you'll see that you have a couple things you can customize for your web page. You have a title that you could add to your project, as well as a brief description of what your project is. You also have several color scheme options that you can play around with. You can mess around with colors within the color wheel, or you can add in specific hex codes if you have a certain color in mind. The preview text here will show you a preview of your submission flow. Since we've selected the color black, that's what we're seeing here. You can also see a completely demoed web page by clicking the Demo Upload Flow button here. This demo upload flow you can go through completely, but this has nothing to do with the project that you're creating. The URL for your web page can be found here. This URL will not work unless the project has been purchased, which you can see here. The next thing that we're going to cover is the data capture. So within the data capture, you can choose specific data that you want to collect during your submission flow. For my project, I'm going to go with first name and email. It is also important to mention that there is a max submission per email address, which goes up to 20. This is to prevent your project from being spammed with photos from one particular email. If you are going to collect data, you need to provide a terms and condition document. We offer generic terms and conditions, which you can preview here, or you can use your own. For the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to use a generic terms and conditions. If you wish to provide your own terms and conditions, simply supply the web address, ensuring it starts with HTTPS. Lastly, we need to pick a submission end date. This date will dictate when the submission flow will automatically close and no longer allow submissions. So we're just going to go to the 10th. I'd also like to mention that photos that are submitted through the web page can be moderated before being added to the mosaic. We will cover how to use the moderation tool in a later video. Once you've completed all that, you're going to hit save and save your progress.